All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're doing fundamentals of footwork part 3. So last one we ended on the previous video was number 7, which was stepping your punches when possible. We want to talk about somebody who is famous for being able to do that, Jack Dempsey. So anyway, now number 8, don't stand still even when your opponent is trapped. So there's this tendency for people to stand up in front of their opponent when they got them trapped in the corner. And the problem with that is you're giving them more and more opportunity to be able to escape. It's better to close the distance, engage, come off to an angle, and back up, being prepared to move back in the other direction. So that you could keep them trapped in the corner. When you just stand up in front of them and you try to like shine shoes without having any movement from side to side, you're gonna give them a greater likelihood of escaping out of the corner. And I'm gonna use some fight footage to show that later on, so I'll put an asterisk and make sure to tag this video when I post that one so you can kind of see what I'm talking about in some footage. Number 9, pivot your foot on every punch but the jab. And I know there's going to be a bunch of people from Instagram who are going to say, oh no, you shouldn't be pivoting on your lead hook. You shouldn't be pivoting on your 2. You don't need to. You're going to enhance your range when you throw your 2 with a foot pivot. I already talked about that in another video. And you're going to have more explosive power, which means you're going to be able to generate power faster and more explosively from the foot than you're going to be able to do it from the hip. Just try it. Just throw your lead hook with an explosive that starts with an explosive movement in the foot, and then try to do it from your hip. See the difference. And if for some reason you don't see the difference, tag me in the comments and I'll talk to you. It'll be pretty obvious. All right, next, never load your heels. So sometimes you hear people call that bear stance. You don't want to put your weight on your heels because as soon as your weight comes down on your heels, it's really easy for you to get pushed backwards. It's another reason why your feet should never be in line. That's going to be on the next video we do, Fundamentals Part 4. But you never want your feet to be in line to the point that it destroys your center line. If you have to reach around your own body to be able to throw a straight and it's going to be directly over your lead foot instead of along a center line, which is established between your feet, you're going to have a very inefficient straight. And I can show how that happens in another video too, if you want to see that. So never load your heels. Always make sure that you're somewhere in the middle of your foot. I usually call it the back of the ball of the foot. I know a lot of fighters from Spain and other parts of Europe like to get all the way up onto the ball of the foot. I sometimes fight that way. I don't think it is the optimum for some people, kind of depending on physiomorphology, but that's a whole other topic. All right, lastly, lighter feet equals better mobility. You don't have to sink your weight down into your feet every time you want to try to throw a hard punch. You can step and move, and you can have hard punches based off of having efficiency of movement. And we talked about that in the last fundamental video, and it's a point worth repeating. You don't have to make your feet move like mud to throw hard punches. That's why we focus on mechanical efficiency. So this has been Principles of Footwork or Fundamentals of Footwork Part 3. Thanks for watching.